This week on One Crazy Story, comedian Zach Martina joins us to talk about everything.
But this is the noise he's making while he's looking at us. I can just see it on my peripheral because I'm laughing. He's like,
oh my God.
And we cannot stop laughing.
She threw like an iPad at him?
She threw an iPad into him.
And a reflex of like...
She saw blood and goes, and then it just into his gut. Oh, no. It kind of like bounced back.
Hello and welcome to another edition of One Crazy Story. I'm your host, Nate Armbruster, and this week I'm talking with comedian Zach Martina. The intro is a little different. Usually we cover one specific experience from my guest's life, but, you know, this week I kind of put Zach on the spot. I said, hey, I need a guest, and you're an awesome dude. Do you want to do it? You want to do it again? You want to be on my podcast? And he was like, sure, why not? He goes, I'm not sure what kind of story I'm going to have for you, but I said, whatever, let's just shoot the shit and see what happens. And it happened to be a pretty fun conversation. I got a kick out of it. I think Zach did. I hope he did. If he didn't, I'm sorry, buddy. Thanks for doing this anyway. But the more I do this podcast, the more I find that, you know, I like to talk to just people in general. So sometimes I guess, but we talk about a bunch of stuff in this episode, and I think it was a good time, and I hope you get to know Zach a little better. Zach's a great stand-up comedian. He's a very funny guy. He's on the road constantly, probably performing in your town, if not soon. He will be. I'm sure he will be. The guy's all over the place. He's doing a lot of cool stuff too. His album just came out late last year. Very funny. I've listened to it. It's called Skunk Man. You can find it everywhere. You can find comedy albums on iTunes, Spotify, all of that stuff. So make sure you go check it out and go see him live. Go to zachmartina.com, find out where he's performing at next. You can get in touch with him there, follow him on Twitter, all the social media. There'll be links in the description of this episode, so make sure you check it out. And Zach's doing this fun little web series as well. It's called We'll Be Right Back, where he talks about commercials you may remember, and it's pretty fun. It's a cool little project he's working on, so definitely check that out. Subscribe to his YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode of that. Also, sorry this episode's so late. I know so many of you were just hurting for a new episode of One Crazy Story. The emails were just nonstop. Oh, man, when are you going to post a new episode? It's been like 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Life happens. So I'm finally ready. I got episodes coming up. We're going to get back on schedule, got my shit together, and I'm very excited about this Sunday night. If you're listening to this the day it's released, the day you're hearing this, that week, Sunday night, Park Bar in Detroit. I'm doing my first ever live taping of this. I'm coming up on the 100th episode of One Crazy Story, and I thought, you know, I should probably do something kind of different, special, I guess, or something I haven't done before, so I figured why not give it a shot. And I'm going to post it regardless of whether or not it's actually good, because, you know, when I'm just bothering someone in their kitchen the way I did with Zach in this episode, I can edit out some bullshit that I say that sounds ridiculous. But in the live episode, it's a little harder to edit. So I think I'm just going to post it just the way it happens. And that's the intention with this. I want to see what happens. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. I got a few good guests lined up too. Dave Landau and Nicole Schreiber. She is hilarious. They're both, I mean, you may know Dave from previous episodes. He's very, very funny. So is Nicole. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're around this Sunday night in Detroit at the Park Bar, 8 o'clock, live taping of One Crazy Story. So make sure you check that out. Come out. It'd be great to see you. And if you miss it, that's okay too. I'm sure a lot of you don't live nearby, and this is kind of last minute. I'm kind of horrible at promoting the stuff that I do. So if you're not around, you'll hear it here. I'll post it here as a podcast, and you know, hopefully you get a kick out of it. And in the meantime, if you want to find out what I'm up to, just, you know, follow all my social media at Nate Comedy or at One Crazy Story. Get all the details on new episodes, old episodes, where I'm performing at live, all that stuff, all of that good stuff. And if you want to get in touch with me directly, just email me at onecrazystory@gmail.com. I'd love to answer any questions you may have, or if you got any suggestions or people you think that I should have on the show. Thank you again for listening. Sorry about the accidental 2 weeks off. That, you know, life happens. And thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode with myself and comedian Zach Martina.
I'd say yes, but you should see the size of the girls' rooms. They're fucking closets. So
Dude, I'll take like
you'd be on an air. Well, then where am I gonna fucking record?
I'll move.
It's my studio.
I'll leave during the.
I'll leave during the day.
I like your setup though. You guys do a good job.
I gotta give Emily all the credit on that.
You guys are Emily's a great example of the way you should be.
Yeah, Emily's a grown up. she's a grown up, and she's trying to get me there.
Yeah, I mean she's doing a good job. It's just you stay at the house.
The only reason I put pants on is because you're here.
I had a feeling. You could argue I mean, is that why you guys still have the outlet covers? You know, I mean, because your daughters are old enough now; they don't need them. But you know,
outlet covers.
Like, I mean, I was kidding.
Oh, you were talking about something that wasn't there?
Don't put your fingers in the outlets. Here's the safety.
Do we have those?
No.
So you're making shit up? No,
I was just gonna say like I just had this image of Emily leaving in the morning, like, all right, I gotta cover up all the outlets.
Oh, she does that for me.
Yeah, because Zach's gonna be here. Like, just tell your kids, like, hey, when you get home from school, make sure you unplug all the outlet covers.
I am easily
like a big safety. Like you're the child. Like even your kids are like more.
My 7-year-old is easily more mature than me.
Yeah,
there's no question.
Like she comes home and makes you food.
The 7-year-old? Yeah, absolutely.
Like she comes home from school, she's like, "What are you?"
Dude, they are so sweet. They'll just be like, "Oh, Zach, I'll be watching football. Like, Zach, do you need a beer or anything?"
Are you kidding?
Yeah, my 5-year-old, she can't pronounce all of her R's, so she'll be like, "You need a beer?" Oh, like I'm like, yeah, I guess. And then she brings it over. I'm like, "Why isn't this open?"
It's like adorable.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah, like, you know how to use the bottle opener yet? God, where do they go to school with all this knowledge? Like, how many kids? I mean, 5? I mean, that's
5 and 7, yeah.
Then they know how to open a beer. That's great.
No, they don't know how to open a beer.
Oh, okay, that's good. Maybe, yeah. I
feel like not having them open it makes me a good parent.
No, yeah. Well, they don't need to open it. No. They don't need to open it. You don't want them knowing how to twist off a cap.
No.
I love how and this is the thing, is like, that's how you're a good parent. I'm not. My thought process was, well, if they don't know how to open it, they're not going to drink it. You know, it's
they're not going to just like shatter the neck.
Like if they ever had like a can of soda. Oh, it's a lot like that. Open it.
We're very, very like open with them early on. Like we talk about, because I feel like you have to tell girls about sex early on and drinking and all that.
Yeah.
My oldest she's like, oh well, I'm just never ever going to drink. And the thing is, like, I believe her. Mm-hmm. She's just got that personality. Like her sister, on the other hand, I'm like,
right. There's always one of them's got to be the firecracker.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're the wild one. We're gonna have to watch you.
Yeah. The youngest one is the wild one, and my oldest one is the one who's gonna like organize political protests.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That's not the worst. That's not the worst. Having that comfortable, like, yeah, well, it's, you know, we don't have to worry about you. That's gotta be nice.
Yeah. Is it too echoey in here for you?
You got some soundproofing?
Yeah, it's just right in there. No.
You're like, I got a headphone split. When Emily and I travel, we got to hang up the sound.
We rent out an entire 2 rows and kind of make our own little living room. Could you imagine having that money and just like, hey, can you take these seats out? We're gonna really look.
That'd be so great.
At that point, you just have a plane or a driver or a bus.
Yeah, something.
It's disposable.
I've never even been invited on one of those things. No one's ever like, and like you hear stories about people, you're like comedians or just anybody really who's like, oh yeah, I got to do this gig once with whoever, and you know, I was opening. It's like some once in a lifetime gig, and they're like, yeah, I got to fly on his jet. It was crazy. Like, really? That's people get that successful? Oh my God, it's hard enough for me to get like a Spirit flight. Like it's like a whole thing. It's like a thing.
Spirit's
for me.
A pain in the ass, man.
They are,
but they are cheap.
I've thought about canceling a gig before because I couldn't just book I was just like, there's too many steps. I'm like, I don't even want to go. Too many steps. I'm like booking the flight. I'm like, it's like, what do you got to enter all this shit again?
Oh, I got to give them my travel dates.
Oh, what do you mean I can't fly out on Wednesday? Fuck it.
I'll cancel it. I'm kidding.
Just cancel.
The show's not till Friday. I understand, but I can't fly out on Wednesday. It's not gonna happen.
How far out do you even book your shit? Like, cause like I always wait too long, and then I go, fuck. Why do I do comedy?
Emily's mom is a travel agent, so
damn.
Yeah, she doesn't book it for me. She just kind of gives you all these tips, like book it these many days in advance. So I put it in my calendar.
Just when I thought,
I rely on my calendar like crazy.
Yeah, Emily,
How dare you?
Is that what you call her?
Yeah, every every night in the bedroom, it's what turns me on. It's like, oh, you know what gets me is that punctuality.
What's today's date? Hey.
Anal.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, anal. Thursday, Friday. Just Thursday. Oh.
It's casual Friday. It's just kind of like missionary Friday.
That's code.
What we call it.
That's code. That's yeah. So thank you for doing this on such short notice, because I know I know it's hard to get you to do these nowadays. You're just so busy.
Nah, I mean,
this one I'm going in for the interview. I'm going in.
I'm busy because Emily keeps my calendar full. She does all my booking. She's my manager.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, I'm kidding you.
Oh, okay.
Could you imagine?
I was gonna try and get signed. What time's she gonna be home?
She's booking clubs, and I'm watching the Larry Sanders Show.
Why not?
It's like, no, I don't want to do that club.
But no, you do have a lot of shit going on. Like your album just came out.
Yeah, album came out in August, but
just came out last year.
But I did.
Well, time flies, because I remember hearing, like, we talked about it when just shortly after it came out, and I was like, because it sounded great, and you did it over at
Comedy on State. Yep.
Hell yeah, man.
It's great. And I signed with On Tour Records.
Nice.
And, they told me today that it's getting its first few spins on Sirius XM.
Ooh.
Which they told me also that it's getting played on the Foxworthy channel.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you can.
I don't know. Some of those I would fit in, but I'll take it,
dude. Yeah, no, you take those hits, you make them. You
keep spinning,
making money just while I'm sitting in Emily's house.
Well, we're married, so 49% of it's mine.
That's funny. So it's on XM and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I play a track from it on the
yeah,
like right now, like right here? I'm gonna put it in right here. Here's the track off of Zach's latest release, for debut release.
It's debut, yeah. It's not latest. It's the only.
Well, it's the latest. Well, it's technically the latest. I'm not incorrect.
And the earliest.
Here's a track off the latest and earliest album from the comedian Zach Martina.
Skunk Man.
Brother's gay. A lot of people ask questions. Was he born that way, or was it a choice? I think my brother was born that way. When he came out of the womb, he was wearing his umbilical cord like a scarf. So we knew. Doctor really freaked out about it. He's like, oh my God, it's strangling him. My mom's like, I think he's making a fashion statement and we should support him. And we did. And we did, because we're a progressive, loving family in 1987, you know? We always knew my brother was gay. If there's anyone in your life that's gay, you kind of always knew. They're always the last person to know when someone comes out of the closet. It's a lot like a ruined surprise birthday party. You know, your friends and family are there waiting to support you, and the guest of honor ruins it when he comes in the back door. Thank you so much. Brother is 30 now. He's a fashion designer, which is fantastic. He's one of the few gay guys I know that can say he came out of the closet and then went right back in. That's just where he was the most comfortable, you know? And he's always giving me advice. I was getting ready for these gigs, and he's like, Zach, I really think you could pull off skinny jeans. I just don't think there's any way in hell you could pull them on. Okay. Don't be a dick. I didn't ask. So. My brother is a gay man, and I should have known when we were kids I would get juvenile and immature when we got into arguments. Like, if he upset me, I'd be like, whatever, dude, suck my dick. And he'd be like, I don't have time for a search party. This kid learned to snap before tying his shoes, okay? That's the level of sass I'm talking about. His little brother, he's always asking for money. Zach, can I borrow a couple dollars? I'm like, no, I'm not loaning you any money, man. Anytime I say no, he makes me feel like I'm a homophobe committing a hate crime, you know? Oh, you're not gonna loan me any money? Why? Is it 'cause I like blowing dudes? And I'm like, you said that, not me, man. Like, if you need money that bad, it sounds like you have a pretty good idea on how to earn some. So, you feel free to clap anytime you want. It's just my self-esteem on the line every single second up there. My wife and I try to hang out with him as much as possible. He invited us to a fundraiser recently. I thought it was a fundraiser for a radio station. Turns out LGBT, not a radio station. That is something different. And I was overdressed. I was wearing this exact outfit. I met a friend of his named Tomas. Tomas was wearing a green fishnet tank top, pink leather bicycle shorts, and a gold chain with a pendant that said, muy caliente, okay? He was sipping an electric blue drink out of a straw I've only seen toddlers use for chocolate milk. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And went to shake his hand, introduce myself. You know, he hit it out of the way, goes, no, I'm a hugger. And I go, well, I'm a squirter, so be careful. It's fine. He goes, Doc, you and I, we are not so different. I may be a homosexual, but we are both homo sapiens. And true, sir, true, make me homo erectus. And I didn't know what to say. So I just looked at my wife and I was like, why can't you say things like that to me? I've never felt prettier in my life. I don't... Go out to lunch with him, take some notes. I need to feel desired, okay? I don't understand.
Wow, that was hilarious.
I know, I laugh
Dude,
every
that was
time I
so
hear it.
funny. That was so funny. We just listened to the entire thing with the audience and everything. We didn't edit that in post.
It only felt like, I don't know, half a second. That's how quick it went.
It's literally, it goes by just like that. It's so funny.
Anyone listening to this is like, I don't get why they're laughing at this.
Well,
It's the beauty of editing.
that's right. We do it live to tape. No, because like I'm just gonna drop it right in.
Just drop it right in.
Another marker. See, you don't want people to know. See, once they know it's edited, then it takes all the fun out of it.
You know what I like about this podcast is I like
makes-
talking to you, but I also like leaning into the mic and like, oh, hey, coming at you live. But
Hi
then
there.
coming back and like, oh, this is how he talks. And then coming in and like,
You do that. That's how you are, though.
Yeah.
That's how you are as a comedian too. Like a little bit like.
I mean, I've blown speakers.
God, dude.
I blew the Holly Hotel speakers.
Oh, you. They haven't replaced them yet either. Is it?
I blew the Holly Hotel speakers,
How?
and Sal had to do to do his whole headline set, just screaming to the
Jesus
crowd.
Christ.
So I started pulling the mic away.
That's a great way to like if you're like I just want to get off early.
I think it was my first feature set too.
Oh my god.
I had no idea how any equipment
Yeah,
worked.
maybe I should pull the mic away when I scream. God, all those old white people
Sal
probably
was-
terrified.
Sal was so great about it. He was like, "Oh no, man, you did great. He's just the best guy."
Because he's so nice. He's just like, no, man, it's cool, man. These things happen. As if it was like some
It's a
normal
great set, bud.
As
It
if
was
it
a great
was, as if it was some normal, like just.
Thanks for looking past the loud explosion and then the sparks that almost put this hairspray lady's head on fire.
Yeah, as if this is just a normal occurrence. Like, yeah, these things happen, man. It's like a like the sound, like the mic cord, like is just shoddy, so it's just a little fuzzy. That just happens. We're like, no, man, I'm used to this. I'm used to following somebody that just blows a sound system.
But he's a machine gun, man. Sal's
That's-
great. Have you had Sal on here?
Yeah, a long time.
He's got stories,
Well,
man.
I'm gonna have to have him back on, and he's down. I'm booked, man, to the gills. Clearly, this is not last minute.
You're
for
booked
you at
to
all.
you're booked to
the
a
gill.
body part that you don't have?
Yes, that's how booked I am. The nearest lake. Oh boy, I should not have taken that Adderall.
I shouldn't have taken that hit of that pen.
Oh, you have one of those?
Yeah.
What do you use? Like
I am medically licensed to anyone listening out
Are
there
you really?
judging me. Yeah, I got I went to the doctor and I said, hey, I need this medical report from 7 years ago when I came in complaining of knee pain. Literally, the diagnosis says, though the patient was complaining of pain, we could find nothing wrong. I gave that to the doctor for my weed card and they gave me my card.
Dude, I love how.
It said nothing is wrong.
So wait.
The words nothing and wrong.
Now you like talking about that. That's not gonna like get you. That's not gonna ruin your eligibility.
No, I
right?
legitimately had knee pain, and they told me that because I came in
Legally,
complaining of pain. They're like, "Oh, this works."
I love the way. I love how I'm like. Yeah, I'm in my mid to early 20s, and
you say mid to early 20s like a man who's having trouble aging. You're like, I can't come to terms with 26.
that's why I need my card. So but
for
everybody,
anxiety.
yeah. So everybody, yeah. Yeah. Well, what are you in for? Anxiety. Well, what do you, what's going on? And I'm like, well, just driving around with all this weed illegally is really stressing me out, man. Like, I need to know that I'm not going to get in trouble, and that's what's causing all my stress. And the doctor's like, you can leave.
Oh, that checks out.
You can leave.
Yeah. No, they would send you. They would have you leave with a weed card.
Because somebody's like, and really that's the only benefit for like just the average dude that doesn't really need it medically. It's like, if it is legal, it's like, all right, cool. I don't have to stress out about it. But then there's people who like actually need it medically, and those people are like, here's what you do. Do you ever have any so what surgeries or like,
they're asking you about their medical history.
Yeah. They're like, well, I'm the worst liar, so I could never just walk into like I haven't done this.
Right.
Like, so like, I'm just like, I'm the worst liar. So like, if I go into one of these places and I'm like, yeah, my back hurts. And they're like, does it? I'm like, I'm sorry, man.
Just twist it. Be like, well, not right now.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I mean,
I haven't been sitting on my couch all day.
But I literally can't lie like that. I'm so bad at it. And everybody's always like, no, just get the medical records. Like, you ever break a bone?
I guarantee there are exponentially worse liars than
absolutely. And that's what, but this is how my brain works. So like, I go, and these are my friends that have their cards. They're like, this is what you do. Just get those medical records. We ever break a bone? Yeah, I broke my leg. I was in 5th grade.
Dude, I went to get that medical record from 7 years ago, and they looked at me. They go, this is from 7 years ago. Why do you need this? And I had to look at the doctor and be like, I don't know. It's my record. Give it to me.
Yeah, right. Like, is this your like your?
If you give it to me, you're not violating HIPAA. Give me it.
Yeah, and did it cost? It cost money, right?
No.
That's okay. That's
if I'd have been like, here's $7. I'll give you $7. That's the most I'll give.
You tell I haven't been
one for each year.
I haven't been to the doctor in like 3 years, so I'm like really hoping I'm all right.
I mean, you're here.
Yeah, I mean, you're
here speaking with that boisterous voice with a full head of hair.
Zach
I know we're
Martina,
not on audio.
Zach Martina, Skunkman, available on iTunes and all streaming services and XM. Anyway. Just got to keep plugging it.
Also available after live performances. Come out and see a show.
Yeah. Are you doing stand up still? You doing the comedy thing?
Every now and again.
You were just in Myrtle Beach.
Was in Myrtle Beach with Adam Deggy.
I love that guy.
He says he's the greatest.
So
he's good. He's good. No, I love Adam. He's great.
Well, I don't really know him that well. So like when I was out at Laugh Fest in Grand Rapids, I was gonna have him do this, but we both got too drunk, and I was like, I gotta make a trip out to Grand Rapids because he cracks me up. But you guys were in Myrtle Beach. How was that?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been. Did Emily go too?
Mm-hmm. Emily and Adam's wife Nikki.
You guys do a little quad, little.
We do it every year, man.
Quad. What would you call it? A group trip?
Yeah, we do it every year. We do it. I think this is the third year we've done it.
Do they still put you in that house that big like that? I mean, it's not that big, but like
no, they've got a new condo.
Oh, okay. Because man, the one time I did it.
That house, the comedy, Jamie, the manager of the club and owner of the club, he bought that house.
Oh, did he? So he lives there now?
Yeah.
That place was pretty nice. I mean, a lot of people don't like staying in like a house, I guess, but like it was super convenient because it wasn't that, like it was pretty good shape. Like it wasn't, you didn't feel like unsafe.
Yeah.
When you lived, like, because those places,
the locks all work.
Yeah. Like like you go to a town and I'm like, how many people have the code to get into this place?
Oh, yeah.
How many like we like, you don't know.
They say they change it. They're not changing it.
No, they don't. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, but it was awesome because like you just, I mean, having the full kitchen and like grill, and you can just make a party of it. You know?
We definitely grocery shopped.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is the way to do it. Make some pesto lasagna.
We actually came home real drunk, and then Emily decided to just grill up like 8 sandwiches.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
That's like 2 apiece.
Well, we had a 5th guy.
Oh.
Who she came with. D. He's a local down there.
Oh,
okay.
Cool
dude. And,
hell yeah.
Deggy claims I made him eat like 3 sandwiches. But
yeah.
I wasn't forced to do anything.
I mean, being forced to eat a sandwich isn't the worst thing to have happen to you.
Anytime I eat a sandwich, I get maybe 25% into the sandwich, and I get real depressed because I know the sandwich is going to be over soon.
Oh, dude, a sandwich is probably my favorite food.
I love a sandwich.
Love a good sandwich.
Yeah, grilled sandwich. Get those peppers from Potbelly. They sell jars of peppers in Potbelly. They are
for real
game changer.
They're
as
like
far
banana
as pepper,
go. Banana or just like
they're like
hot peppers
what is it called?
Or whatever.
Not gardenias, but
is that like it's like there's a mix of them though.
Yeah,
it's not
there's
just
like carrots and red pepper and jalapenos, and they're so good.
Oh man, is that and that's what they put on?
That's what they Emily and I have 2 jars of these peppers on hand at all times.
Dude, you guys know how to do
so
it.
Good.
Can I seriously just move in?
No, I told you that.
I just want to move. I'll clean. As if like you need it.
You wouldn't be allowed to. Emily's
already
very particular. All she lets me do is wash the dishes because I can't screw up the dishwasher.
You just
She lets me separate. She lets me wash the dishes and separate the clothes. Doesn't let me fold them.
She's like,
she lets me separate them into different piles.
I said heated dry. Like sleeping in the car tonight. On my way here, like as I pulled into town, I saw a car just like yours, and I go, oh, I wonder if that's Zach, because like you were like, I'll meet you there in a second. But this is how my brain works. So I go, I wonder if that's Zach. That'd be great. This is how excited I got. We might see him in the town he lives in, and I fucking
in his natural habitat.
I might see him on the road that he probably took to go run an errand before. So he
like I'm not here.
So, so I pull up next, and I'm like, and as I'm pulling, I see the handicap on the license plate, and I'm like, I wonder if that's Zach. And then I saw the license plate.
No, I got a handicap plate too.
Do you?
Yeah.
For real?
I took a note to the people at the handicap place, and I was like, hey, I complained to Payne 7 years ago. And they're like, but it says nothing's wrong. And they're like, you need it.
This is what's ridiculous. Well, see, shouldn't the handicap plate just be enough evidence? Like I need some.
Yeah, you go to the doctor, you just unscrew your license plate. Here
you go. Here you go.
He's got enough for you.
It's out on the. It's out. Just come out to the car. Just check it. So I pull up and I'm like, I wonder if that's Zach. And then I go, well, the handicap plate. I go, well, maybe something happened. Like, did he not tell me something? Like, by the way,
I haven't seen him in a few weeks.
Yeah, I just yeah, like I mean, it's been a while. I'm just like, tell me something good. Like, what the best? Tell me something good. And that's no, but like the best day of Zach's life.
Every day is the best day of my life because I wake up.
I mean, that's true. That's that's great perspective.
We were flying back from Myrtle Beach. I don't know if this is the best day of my life, but I have not laughed this hard in so long.
The hardest you've ever laughed. All right.
This is the hardest I've laughed in recent memory. So Emily and I'm in the window seat. Emily's in the middle seat. And then in the aisle seat is this man that is easily 400 pounds.
Okay. So, so you guys did the Deggies fly too? Mm-hmm. Did you guys all fly together? Mm-hmm. Same flight?
Yeah.
That's fucking adorable.
That's just what people do. That's just efficiency.
What flight you? I don't know. Yeah, but I guess it is efficient.
You know what?
You didn't sit together though.
They sat in front of us.
Oh,
it's 2 and 2.
They're better than you.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's 2 and 2.
Well, I mean, it's 3. It's.
Is that how?
Have you been on a plane? No, you don't, because you're like, I'm not screwing with Spirit, so I have no idea what the seating chart's like. It's 3 on one side, an aisle, and then 3 on the other side.
Oh, so they go 3 and 3 now?
Yeah,
I haven't flown since post 9/11.
Since post 9/11. So now
that's not. Yeah. Well, I haven't. So that's the thing is like I don't fly private like you guys. So like
private.
Well, I mean, I put up a curtain around my chair. In the flight, I'm like,
we are on Spirit Airlines flight 859, very public flight.
Was it? Yeah, but then you put up the curtain, and it's like
there is no curtain.
I bring my own.
Oh,
I carry. It's my carry.
What do you hang it on? You're like, actually,
I hold it up. I really go out of the way to fly private. I hold it up the whole flight. Don't look at me.
So Deggy and Nikki were in front of us.
Yes,
and then Emily and I were behind them. And like I said, there is Emily's in the middle. I'm at the window, and then on the aisle is a 400-pound man, and he is all in golf gear.
So you let your wife sit next to this man.
Emily is the sweetest woman in the world. I have broad shoulders too.
Yeah, she's like, look, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be more uncomfortable for you than it would be for her. So
what I did is I pulled up the armrest and I kind of pivoted into the window
so she could lean on
I could give her a little bit of my seat. So we're watching this show called Life in Pieces, which is hysterical. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Kills me every episode.
Yes.
And it's this episode where, and mind you, this guy, he's watching this thing and like he's exhaling very deeply. He's got a nasal thing. There's something rattling up there. He hasn't done it. He hasn't taken care of it.
Can you fix that?
So he's got these headphones on and he's watching his tablet, and he's obviously very aggravated that on a full plane somebody happened to sit next to him. It's like by the middle fucking seat, dude.
Dude, I mean, I've struggled with weight. I fluctuate. I go up and down. You know, I haven't gotten quite up to like uncomfortable like 400 pounds heavy, but I've pushed like 300. I've been like 280s where it's like, oh, this is big enough to be like uncomfortable in public.
Yeah.
And you just got to know when you're the problem. Like in the flight, this is worse for my row mates than it is for them, than it is for me.
Spirit doesn't have a first class, but they have a big front seat. Just if you're this upset about it, just spring for the big
that's the
front
thing
seat.
is like you can't get on a flight if you're that size and be that like oblivious to how
he's
like,
just projecting his anger for his given situation. I think that's just what people do.
Like, dude, I mean, I get it. It sucks for I'm sorry. I'm sure it's uncomfortable for you, but dude. You're on a fucking airplane. Nobody.
Yeah, I think
it's
I said,
uncomfortable for everybody.
I think he was just. I think he was probably self-conscious that he knew it was for everybody, and as a way to like.
You know what?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't talk to the man.
You didn't talk to him? Well, see, if you'd talked to him, maybe we could have worked this out.
I didn't want to talk to him. He looks too angry. So we're watching on the iPad, and it's Life in Pieces, and it's a Thanksgiving episode, and they're doing this whole thing where they pass off the electric carving knife like it's a big family heirloom.
Like a tradition.
And this guy, one of the family members, gets the electric knife and he's high as hell. So he goes to cut it. It's like a huge honor, and he cuts his finger and he starts bleeding, and the blood squirts out. And I don't know what came over Emily, but she saw the blood and just tossed it right into this giant man's gut. And we cannot stop laughing. My eyes, I haven't laughed this hard. I was seeing spots. I thought I was going to pass out. Emily's losing it. I'm losing it. And he's just looking at us like I can't, we're on audio, so I can't give you the eyes, but this is the noise he's making while he's looking at us. And I can just see it on my peripheral because I'm laughing. He's like,
oh my God.
And we cannot stop laughing.
She threw like an iPad at him?
She threw an iPad into him. And
a reflex of like...
She saw blood and goes, and then it just into his gut. Oh, no. And it kind of like bounced back. And we have to pause the episode. So, we're both going back and forth, waving like one of those inflatable arm flailers.
So are you guys you're like out loud just dying? Oh my God, so funny. On an airplane. I couldn't. I can't remember the last time I saw spots because I wasn't getting enough oxygen from laughing so hard. The mask comes down. Oh, dude, I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, they just know.
Yeah, that guy's laughing
Spirit
real hard.
monitors your biometrics. They didn't know that.
Yeah, is that what that extra? That's an extra $40.
Yeah. No, that comes with the Spirit Mastercard. That's a perk of the Spirit Mastercard.
So this guy's just probably so pissed, and the whole flight's probably like,
there's still like another hour, and we'll be watching the episode, and then in the middle of the episode, nothing funny will happen, but one of us will just start laughing
because that's fucking hilarious.
It's hysterical. Emily has the worst luck on airplanes. Some woman has spilled hot coffee on her. Some woman spilled, like, you looked into her bag and it looked like she was a CVS pharmacist, and she spilled like a whole bottle of pills on Emily. And then we were on their way down, and this little kid is kicking the back, and Emily turns around.
Worst. That's the worst.
And I remember I turned around and I just looked at this kid, and I gave him just the scariest eyes that I could, and they didn't stop. It
would scare the shit out of me if I were a little kid, like, and you like glared at me like that. I'd probably cry. Well, just imagine like a grown man.
To 10.
You should have. See, that's the thing.
It would have worked.
You got to do that now.
The mom had no control over
that's the
her
worst.
kids.
So I'm like, could you at least try to? That's the thing.
She's reading her like Vogue. Like, stop it.
Like I don't have like I don't know. You know, I try to be like, you know, I'm like a kid. You know, but also, could you at least try to fucking tell your kid to not do that? That's all. That's the very least you could do. Where I'm like, well, she's trying.
I'm not saying I'm an incredible parent, but people are just not suited to be parents.
Also, you ever fly with your kids?
Yeah, they're well behaved.
How do they act? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, dude, and if they got a little crazy, you'd be like, dude, stop. You might not say dude to your daughter. Dude, stop kicking that guy's chair, bro.
My girls know I mean business when I look them in the eyes and I go, are you out of your mind?
That's stern, but it's like kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, Zach's.
It's like, all right, I gotta reel it in. All
right, we're cool. It's great. Do they ever turn it on you? Are you out of your mind?
They do. They're very funny. Like, they definitely pick up on the quirks that Emily and I have and use them against us.
Did Adam and his wife hear the commotion behind them?
They did. We got off the plane, and Adam's wife, Nikki's we were wondering what was going on back there because it seemed like you guys were having the time of your lives.
Everyone else on this
so
flight is just
funny.
miserable because it's just like Spirit.
Yeah.
And like everybody's like,
and you know
fuck.
what they did? You know what they did on the flight? We're flying, and they decide to just come onto the microphone and tell everybody on the plane that this guy got the first hole in one of his life. Like anyone gives a shit. Everyone starts clapping. I was irate. In my head, Ellie and I played putt-putt the day before. She got 4 fucking hole-in-ones. We're not hearing us bragging about it.
So the grown man was like, hey,
He told a stranger. Can you let everyone know that I did this?
he's like, nobody I see. Could you imagine? Like, that'd be like me. Like that'd be like you saying, "Hey, I had a good set Friday. Early show. Go tell. Will you please? On
Do you
the
have
way.
do you have an email address? I'll send you a clip. You can play that over.
Yeah. Can you imagine, like just like the flight attendant? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we actually have a comedian on board who.
And I'm not talking about Margaret, who makes the announcements pre-flight.
Comedian Zach Martina got 4 applause breaks at the 8:00 show at the comedy club in Myrtle Beach.
Anyone who's seen me knows 4 is far too low.
You know, that's what. But for Myrtle Beach, it's
Ever since I told you about that 400-pound guy and the way he was breathing, now I just feel like all I hear in the headphones is me breathing. I'm like, this is...
You're not 400 pounds though.
Oh.
We'll be right back. Not we will be right back, but tell me about...
Are we taking a commercial?
Tell me about we'll be right back.
It's just this thing that I do. I remember when I was a kid, I liked to watch commercials.
Yeah.
We all remember those commercials from when we were children. And now we live in this age of DVR. No one watches ads anymore. So I kind of, every once in a while, if I'm watching like football or a live performance or something, you'll see the commercials and I'm reminded of them. So I just decided to start looking at old ones and making fun of them.
Right.
And I try to put out like a 2 to 3 minute video every week on YouTube.
You know, I haven't seen all of them. I watched the first few, and have you had any like recent ones on? Because like I feel like there's really no good ones anymore. There's no classics. Like your kids aren't gonna be like, you remember that commercial? You know what I mean? What are they?
That's a completely different story. They watch YouTube. That's where they get they go to YouTube specifically for toy ads.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
they watch like the ad.
Yeah, that's how they find out what they want for Christmas.
But that's the video they want is the ad for it.
Yeah.
They're not talking about the ads before the ad.
It's more or less like
You know what I
kids
mean?
their age or like a little bit older coming on and reviewing the product and playing with the product.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a
hate
fucking
it.
kid that's making like $11 million a year off of well, the parents are
Yeah.
of it's just toy reviews. So it's
Yeah.
it's like professionally shot. Like, all right, whatever, they're gonna send us some shit. We're gonna play with it, and they'll cut a video together.
How do you get that deal?
I can't get 10 views on a set, even when I share it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, who, you know, I mean,
Kid must
this
be
fucking
real
kid.
charming.
my
My kids really want to do it, but I don't want to. I'm weird about putting them out there.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if I could do that to my kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not the internet the way it is, fucking creeps everywhere, man. It makes it so easy to be creepy.
Yeah.
No
And they're
thanks.
like, well, we'll just be on kids' YouTube. You don't think that?
No, it's fucking, yeah, it's stupid. I don't know, but it's crazy to think that that's how popular those videos are. Where like that's your kids want to find something they want. Like it's like just toy reviews.
Yeah, we just got Apple TV, and I will say, being able to stream from your phone,
Yeah,
straight to the TV, it's very
quite
convenient.
Yeah, but no ads anymore. There's no good ones. Like I mean, I've seen a few. Like I've come across on YouTube, like since. On YouTube,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm talking about? But like I've come across an ad that was like popular when I was a little kid, and I remember seeing it, and I go, I really want, like they made me really want that thing, and then you see it now, and I'm like, that was
I feel
cool.
like they still play on. I feel like advertisers still play on the wants and needs of children. I think the times have just changed, and I think
Yeah.
when we see those old commercials, it's just the nostalgia of it. It's like, oh, I remember GAC.
Yeah,
I remember
How
sock 'em
cool-
boppers.
Gak. Remember how cool that shit
Oh,
looked
man.
when you.
The thing now, we go to birthday parties and like they make their own slime stations. I don't know what the recipe
Oh,
is, but kids are doing it all the
yeah.
time. They make their own slime.
That's fucking.
That's why Nickelodeon went out of business.
Yeah,
They're still in business.
They start private labeling that shit. It keeps them in business. They're still making the money, just under someone else's name. It's cool. That's the thing now. It just
but
makes
that's how
them
we're
slime
getting
homemade.
We are getting old though, because I'm starting to use the phrase, "Oh, they don't make them like they used to."
Yeah, when you start realizing like how
back in my day when I was young.
Yeah, like none of the Legos
are cooler now, dude. They're robots.
I haven't seen. Oh,
they
shit.
have motors and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Well,
Legos keeping up with it.
I'm gonna have to go.
Good on them.
Go check out. Are you kids into Legos?
They made a frog with that like jumps and shit. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Is it around? Oh,
no. Sit there. It's not here.
The fuck?
It's smashed in the middle of the road.
let's watch it. Let's watch it out.
They built it and they're like, we need to set it free. And then it got smoked.
Zach's like, yeah, yeah. I wanted to see if it could cross the road.
And it was.
Oh, is that really what happened?
But then I got hit. No.
Oh shit. Yeah, where's the frog, Zach? Yeah, Dad got a little high.
Scrape Legos off the road with a shovel.
So all these videos are on YouTube. All these
they're all on YouTube. I post like minute versions of them on Instagram.
Yeah.
They're all on YouTube.
Hell yeah. And what's your website? People can find all this shit in one spot on your website, or like I'm updating my website now to get the YouTube onto it. Hell yeah. So yeah,
it's ZachMartina.com. If you search Zach Martina on
ZachMartina.com. That's ZACH. We're gonna really spell this out. MARTINA.com. ZachMartina.com. All right. Yeah. So go to ZachMartina.com, everybody, and find out what Zach's up to. Go see him live. You doing stand up still?
I'm doing stand up,
live stuff, like little shows and
doing
stuff.
Some shows.
Doing your little skits. Got your whole schedule up there on the interwebs. All right,
it's all up there on the webs.
So yeah, there's no excuse. There's no excuse to not find out what Zach Martina's doing.
Other than you just don't want to.
That's a shitty excuse, man.
That's actually a pretty valid reason.
Well,
means I'm not doing my job.
Well, here, get the album. See, you don't have to go see him live. Just buy his album.
Yeah.
And watch all of the fucking
iTunes,
all the We'll Be Right Back. Buy it and stream it. Pandora.
Apple Music.
Go see him. Yeah, just
on Sirius XM now.
Support Zach.
Spinning like it's hot.
He needs it. Thanks for doing this, Zach, especially on such ample notice.
Hey man, ample notice. I'm happy. You made the trip out.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Nate.